This is quite the episode. This is quite the episode to discuss. We have a lot to discuss. It was actually a very interesting episode. I'm a little bit sad. We'll see. Let's just get straight into it. Just ignore my big thing of it's that time of year for Vanilla Snow. Um, let's just get right into it. Okay. As always, I have a couple of questions I was thinking of during this. Is Jerry leaving? Like, I have to Google it. Is Jerry leaving? That is the big question on my mind. She's a series, but I thought they promoted her from last year. They promoted her from not intermittent. What do they call it in TV when you're intermittent schedule? Recurring. They promoted her from recurring to series regular. So now what's the tea? Like, what's gonna happen? Are we gonna follow her to go see her parents? I don't know what's gonna happen. I was spoiled a little bit because I wait so long to watch the episodes. Well, I don't wait long. I'm not gonna complain about the TV situation anymore. But like, I thought she was a series regular. Anyway, let's just talk about Jerry. Let's just start off with all the spoilers right off the bat. Um, so Jerry deserved better. Okay, from mom and dad. Let that be known that that's my opinion. It is what it is. I understand like all the arguments like, oh, people don't understand and they're from a different generation, la 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 la. Even like people, there's people I don't agree with who are like I have friends who are their parents are like, we don't agree with your lifestyle, but we never disown you. That to me, I'm like, I don't agree with that, but at the same time, that's better than block you out, disown you, all that stuff, and like pretend like you don't exist. And then this is the part where I was like, Jerry deserved better. When she said, what about me? What about everything I've been through the last couple years? Do you know what I've been through? And then he says, well, we saw some things on the news. Girl, when I tell you I wanted to jump through the screen and slap that old man, I was like, you know what? Let me stop. Let me stop. But like, we saw some things on the news. I just can't imagine. I just can't put myself in the place of someone who would disown their child. I just can't put myself there. You see what I'm saying? Like, I just don't get like what you're thinking. And then when she's on the news having been kidnapped, and the two other girls, their parents came and got them when they got freed. And where the fuck were you? It's really sad. It's really just sad. Um, yeah. Jerry deserved better. And then he trots out the whole you only get one mother cliche. And I'm like, yeah, I only got one mother and she motherfucking abandoned me. What? Like, okay. I don't know. Like, she made her decision. So that part, it made me mad. Like, the part with her dad made me mad. The part that made me sad and made me tear up a little bit was when she was in the office. Now that made me sad. I was like, "Oh, honey," and when she went to see Lindor, and she just was like she did like the Kim Kardashian ugly crying face, like, and she was just crying like, "Oh, Cherry, do we smell an Emmy?" I think that first of all, I feel like even though the show is kind of not like the typical like drama Emmy bait, I think that like her performance is so good on the show. She's had a lot of like good things to do on the show. To me, that should be bringing out a little Golden Globe bait, a little Emmy bait. I don't know. Maybe we don't care about that. Do we care about that on this channel? Not really. I mean, you're gonna watch what you're gonna watch, regardless of what trophy they win, right? Anyway, oh, and by the way, if you notice a dip in quality, it's because I'm using my laptop. Just ignore. Just ignore the dip in quality. Um, but this is where I start to get confused. So at the end of the episode, when Jerry is leaving, so she's going to go have it out with her mom, or forgive her, or have a conversation, and like ostensibly help her father care for the mom. That's the vibe I got. Like, is that exactly, that wasn't exactly what they said, but everyone's acting like she's like leaving. And I'm like, but like the situation with her mom is a situation that's going to come to an end eventually. And don't, I would assume that Jenny and them would have her job waiting for her when she got back. So I don't understand what all of this, and the way they said goodbye to her in the bar, like, it was sad, but it wasn't like a big thing. It was like bye. It wasn't like bye forever. So sad. But then I got confused. This is where I got confused. This show, and that's the whole thing. Like, this show, they do stuff like, they had like a good plot point. So Jerry is leaving and she's having this emotional moment. That's a good plot point. But like then the rest of it is so muddy around it. Like, so when Jenny and Cassie say goodbye, it's almost like bye for now. We send our love. Go handle your family business. We'll be here for you. But when she says goodbye to Lindor, it seems like bye forever, lover. I'm like, and the way she said it, and this is why I say that, because she says, first of all, they brought up Jim the dog. God bless Jim the dog. She said, "Could we have ever been together?" And then he kisses her like a passionate farewell kiss. I'm like, why? Why is she asking, "Could we have ever been together?" What about when you get back? Aren't you coming back? That to me, I was like, so she's not coming back? What's going on? Okay, and then. And I'm like, I thought that she was just going to take care of her mom. Well, anyway, then when she drives away, she's all like moony, like, hand out the window. And like, she needs to open her damn eyes before she crashes. Knowing damn well how many car crashes they had on this daggum show. Anyway, yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested to see if they show it on the show. I don't think so. It felt like, let's see what happens next week. In fact, let me look at a trailer. I might do like a little trailer. I never talk about the trailers on here for the season. Not usually. So let's see. Who should we talk about next? Next, let's talk about the opening. So let's go jump back to the beginning of the episode, which we already knew what the beginning of the episode was going to be. That wasn't no cliffhanger, sis. The beginning of the episode. So back to the beginning of the episode. Some other questions I had was, who was the beanie guy? Do we feel sympathy for Ronald? Do they want us to feel sympathy for Ronald? You already know how I feel. And it's, to me, a lot of kids have gone through a lot of things and they don't turn into murderers. So you already know how I feel. Chop his head off with an axe. I don't care if he got molested. Like, that's... I'm sorry. I'm jumping back and forth. Okay, let's go. Let's go back to the opening. Jassy. No, Jassy. No one from Jassy got shot. Neither Jenny nor Cassie got shot. We already knew that. It's too expensive for them to use all that fake blood and bandages. They're like, we gotta save the earth. We can't be using fake blood and bandages in every episode, girl. Hide behind this truck and stop. And then this is the part. Hold on. If you made it this far, this is the part that gets me. When they are cutting Badger, what is his name? Bridger Badger. When they are cutting Bridger off the chair, there's like a thin curtain and the woman is standing there. And I'm just like, okay. And she walks around like, where are you? And I'm like, if they're right there, if they're 6 feet away and there's a see-through curtain, you could see them run to the closet. Like, I'm just like, they didn't think that, like, choreography through. They didn't think the stage setting through. Because that doesn't make sense. They should have had opaque curtains if they were going to try to pull that. Well, anyway. I was like, someone had to notice that. And then I said in the comments, now I I don't know if I said it in the video, but I said in the comments, I know for sure, that I was like, instead of Cassie and Jenny getting shot, it's going to be the cop. He's going to get shot, and they're going to blame everything suspicious going on in the town on him, like they did. He's the fall guy. Then, so I was right about that. I'm always right. I'm always right. Um, Meanwhile, back at the ranch, do we think that Scarlett, what did Scarlett hear? So, you know, we get some reveals about Ronald, like I already mentioned. Are they trying to make us feel sympathy for Ronald? Did his mom molest him? How much of a creeper was she? She killed the dad, etc., etc. And I think it's interesting how that's paralleled. So his mom killed the dad, and Scarlett killed her daughter's dad. So I guess that's why he's not bothered by that. He's not afraid of Scarlett killing him. maybe he should be a little more scared. But I was just like, are we supposed to feel bad? Like, I do feel bad. I thought it was like, no, creepy. And when they say urges, are the urges, she had urges. I think it wasn't that the implication. He didn't say that, but he said urges, and then he said that the dad was mad at her or hated her, and then she killed him. So I'm like, well, why would the dad hate her? What reason did she give him to hate her? Was it the molesting our son that we had thing? Because I would be pretty upset about that too. I'm sorry, not trying to make light, but I'd be pretty upset about that as well. And then she killed him. I'm so I'm sorry, guys. I need to get done with this. I have to get done with this quickly so I can go watch All Too Well. Are there any Swifties in the audience? We gotta watch All Too Well. I'm missing it right now. It's already played out. It's like 7:30, so I was watching the show and I'm making this video, and I've missed All Too Well already. I have to go watch it. Maybe I'll talk about it tomorrow morning. Anyway, I still think Ronald is a gross, petulant child. A gross, petulant, murderous child. Let's talk about Scarlett. Let's talk about Scarlett, and end this video talking about the underlying theme of this episode, which was sexual manipulation. Um, so she's like, "Don't you trust me? Don't you trust me, Ronald? We're gonna go live in Alaska in a cabin. You told me so." And then he's like, Scarlett. And then she's like, "Trust me, Ronald." And then she like pushes him down on the bed and she's like all on him. I'm like, disgusting all around. And, and then, so the sexual manipulation of keeping Ronald compliant with sex, like, yuck. And then, like, what did Scarlett overhear? So did she hear that what he said about the cabin? That was just for Hope? We'll see, I guess. Speaking of sexual manipulation, Jenny. I like Jenny, but her conduct in this relationship kind of sheds some light onto why her husband cheated on her. Girl, might be an unpopular opinion, but that's why it's at the end of the video. People don't watch this long, so I can be controversial back here. But Jenny was like, she was arguing with him. He's like, "You only come see me when you need something." And she's like, "Oh no, don't be mad. I'm sorry." And she starts trying to this is not direct quoting the dialogue, obviously. She starts trying to kiss him. I'm like, honey, no, Jenny. I was like disappointed. I'm like, no, Jenny, no. Don't sexually manipulate him. Don't try to kiss him and get him to stop being mad. No, that's not what grown-up ladies do. Or is it? Maybe I'm missing something. Every time you just get in an argument, you just start trying to kiss. You just go like, "Don't you trust me? I'm so sorry. Let's have sex." Like that's what I'll try next time. Get in an argument. Wow. Yeah. No. Was that all my notes? I covered everything. Jerry deserved better. Oh, let's talk about Bridger. Bridger, bless his heart. Bridger, when you stomp a phone, that does not make. First of all, it doesn't make the number stop working, and it doesn't destroy the chip just by stomping the screen. Number three, and it doesn't make the phone no longer traceable, honey. Bridger, Bridger, why are you in AP classes and they're not teaching you how to destroy a SIM card? You can't destroy a SIM card by stomping on it. You also can't destroy a SIM card by putting it in the washing machine, Jodi Arias. So I'm just like, how could you? God bless him. I mean, he's just a kid. I mean, but still. You've been playing a teenager for 6 years. You got to pick up some wisdom at some point, Bridge. That's. I'm wearing shorts. I'm not naked. This is the cozy edition. Last time I made a video at 1 a.m. and people were like, I like it when you do videos at 1 a.m. But this is at 1 a.m. It's literally 7 p.m. It's 7 p.m. 7 p.m., 1 a.m. What's the difference? Anyway, happy evening to all the fellow Swifties. I'm about to, as soon as I turn this off and shut my mouth and stop talking, I'm going to go watch All Too Well, the short film. there, that's a different video. But it's like, there's all these speculations that it's supposed to be a metaphor for her relationship with John Mayer because she was 18 and he was 31 at the time. And then some people were saying it was supposed to be her and Jake Gyllenhaal. I was like, oh, no, I love Jake Gyllenhaal. No! Apparently he was like a bitchy boyfriend, but like, not as bad as John Mayer, right? I don't particularly care for John Mayer. Well, anyway, if you make it this far, give me a peace sign in the comment.